Hi friends, welcome back to English with Kayla. My name's Kayla, I'm an American English teacher, and today's English lesson will teach you what a conversation really sounds like in English when you are trying to rent an apartment. Listen to the conversation and then we'll practice the vocabulary and you'll have a chance to speak like you are really speaking with a native English speaker with the video today. Let's get started.
Hi, it's nice to meet you. I'll be the leasing agent today. Tell me what you are on the hunt for, size-wise.
I'm just looking for a nice one-bedroom apartment. My budget is about $1,100 a month, give or take.
We actually just had a one-bedroom that came available about a week ago. We need to do some renovations, but it will be ready to be rented at the end of the month. Would that work out for your timeline?
Yeah, that should work. What's the rent? And what's the pet policy in your buildings?
The rent for that unit is $1,250, but that includes a washer and dryer in the unit, and we pay for the utilities.
That is a little bit more than my budget, but I think that should work out since the utilities are covered.
Great. I'll just need some of your financial information when we do the application to get you approved.
Okay, am I able to see the unit before I apply?
Yes, you can see it, but there will be some updates that still need to be done.
Perfect. Could you tell me more about the unit?
This is actually considered one of our luxury units. I think you're getting a great deal. There are granite countertops, stainless steel appliances, and 2 walk-in closets. The kitchen also includes a dishwasher and garbage disposal.
Wow, this sounds great. I'm definitely going to apply today. How do I fill out the application?
You will need to go to the website and fill out the information. Hi, it's nice to meet you. I'll be the leasing agent today. Tell me what you are on the hunt for, size-wise. We actually just had a one-bedroom that came available about a week ago. We need to do some renovations, but it will be ready to be rented at the end of the month. Would that work out for your timeline? The rent for that unit is $1,250, but that includes a washer and dryer in the unit, and we pay for the utilities. Great. I'll just need some of your financial information when we do the application to get you approved. Yes, you can see it, but there will be some updates that still need to be done. This is actually considered one of our luxury units. I think you're getting a great deal. There are granite countertops, stainless steel appliances, and 2 walk-in closets. The kitchen also includes a dishwasher and garbage disposal. You will need to go to the website and fill out the information.
Now that you've heard the entire English conversation, I am going to be your English teacher and teach you the vocabulary necessary to really understand this conversation, a vocabulary that you can use in different situations such as renting an apartment. In this conversation, there are 2 people. There is the person who is renting the apartment. So we call this person's job a leasing agent. A lease is a contract that you sign in order to rent a house or rent an apartment. So the leasing agent actually asks in this conversation, what are you on the hunt for? If you are on the hunt for something, you can talk about this as a hunter, someone who goes to get animals for food, but you could also just be talking about searching for something. Often if we're in a store and we're looking for something very particular, maybe we're looking for a shirt in a certain color, we can say, I am on the hunt for a blue shirt. Or if you are on the hunt for a certain apartment, you have some details that you want in the apartment. In this conversation, we also use the phrase size-wise. We use this word wise with adjectives when we're saying in respect to. So a common way that this is used is you can say, what's it like weather-wise today? This means, what is it like in respect to the weather? You want the person to know that you're asking about the weather. And you can say, weather-wise, it's pretty sunny and hot today. Or weather-wise, it's cold, but it's going to be a good day. In this conversation, we said, we're looking for a certain apartment size-wise. So in respect to the size. And in apartments in the United States, we usually classify them as 1 bedroom, 2 bedroom, possibly more. And then when you have an apartment that's just a big room where everything is together, we call that a studio apartment. Sometimes when it comes to the size of an apartment, you might ask for a certain number of bedrooms and a certain number of bathrooms, especially if you have a roommate. You might want 2 bathrooms instead of just 1. So you'll be practicing this conversation at the end of the lesson, so keep watching for that practice. But you will say that you are looking to pay $1,100 or $1,100 using the phrase give or take. When you say give or take, it means you're kind of estimating, or you have a little room to take away and a little room to give. Again, going back to the weather, sometimes we say it's about 50 degrees give or take outside. And that would be 50 degrees Fahrenheit, of course. In this conversation, if you say $1,100 give or take, it means that you could pay a little bit more, maybe $50 to $100 more, or you could pay a little bit less. Of course, you would want to pay less. So use this phrase give or take when you're just giving a rough number. It's not exact. It can be more or less. The next phrase that the leasing agent uses in this conversation is, we just had an apartment come available. We use this kind of phrasal verb phrase, come available, when it comes to things being available. Instead of saying become available, we just shorten it to it comes available. This phrase could also be used when a book or a movie is coming out. It will come available on a certain date. That means you can start watching it or reading it on that date. When we're talking about houses or apartments, we say it comes available in 2 weeks. That means people might be living in it, or it might be being repaired at this time, but in 2 weeks, it will be available to live in. The word renovations refers to improvements that are made on a house or an apartment. So if you make some renovations to your kitchen, you might get a new refrigerator, you might get new floors, you might paint the walls, things like this that would repair damages to the home or just make the home nicer. Sometimes we shorten the word renovations to reno. I had to get a house that had a lot of reno work. That means renovations work. And then this phrase, would that work out for your timeline? This question is a really natural way to ask, does that work kind of for your schedule or for the time that you need an apartment? So imagine that the person in this conversation needs an apartment before the end of the month. They will literally have nowhere to live. They could say, no, that does not work out for my timeline. Your timeline is just the time that you need something or the time that you can do something. In this conversation, it does work out for the person's timeline. That means they can wait until the end of the month to live in this apartment. A common question you might ask about an apartment is, what is the pet policy? You could also ask questions like, what is your smoking policy, or what is your parking policy? This just means, what are the rules and regulations in respect to these things: pets, smoking, parking. Oftentimes in the United States, you have to pay an extra amount of money each month to have a pet in your apartment because of the damage that they might cause. In this apartment, in our pretend conversation, there is a washer and dryer in unit. We use this phrase in unit to mean that it's inside of the apartment. Oftentimes when you live in an apartment, you might have to share laundry, or you might have to share other spaces, so those would be not in unit. It is incredibly convenient to have a washer and dryer in unit. We also just tend to call apartments units when we're speaking formally, especially in a conversation like this with a leasing agent. Utilities in this conversation refers to things like the gas, the electric, and the water for the apartment. In this conversation, we said the utilities are covered. This means the price or the money that is used to pay for utilities is paid for by the company or the person that owns the apartment rather than the person that is renting. So if you were in this conversation, you would say, that's great, I don't have to pay for it, it's included in my rent. And this, of course, can just be convenient because you know exactly the amount that you have to pay each month. There will be no surprises when it comes to electricity or gas prices in your apartment. We can also use this phrase covered when we're talking about the price or the amount of money that we have to pay, and we can pay that for someone. So if you're at dinner or at lunch with someone and you want to pay for the food, you can say, I've got it covered. This means I will pay for it. Don't worry about it. This is a really natural way to say that you are paying for the food. The last word that I really want to teach to you today is luxury. If something is a luxury, it means it's not essential, it's not a need like shelter, food, water. It's something that's really extra. So if you have a luxury apartment, it means you have really nice things that come with the apartment or that are built into the apartment. A luxury apartment might have stainless steel appliances. These are considered nicer than regular old white appliances or black appliances for some reason, and granite countertops. So countertops that are made of this sort of rock are considered a luxury in the United States to have in your apartment. It's also really important to know if your apartment has a dishwasher and garbage disposal. Those are really nice luxuries to have, and if you get those in your apartment, you are getting a great deal. Okay, friends, now it's your turn to practice the conversation. You will hear the voice of the leasing agent, and then you will see what you are supposed to say on screen. Make sure to read it. You'll have enough time, and you can follow the conversation as if you were actually speaking with an English speaker. Good luck with this conversation.
Hi, it's nice to meet you. I'll be the leasing agent today. Tell me what you are on the hunt for, size-wise. We actually just had a one-bedroom that came available about a week ago. We need to do some renovations, but it will be ready to be rented at the end of the month. Would that work out for your timeline? The rent for that unit is $12.50, but that includes a washer and dryer in the unit, and we pay for the utilities. Great. I'll just need some of your financial information when we do the application to get you approved. Yes, you can see it, but there will be some updates that still need to be done. This is actually considered one of our luxury units. I think you're getting a great deal. There are granite countertops, stainless steel appliances, and 2 walk-in closets. The kitchen also includes a dishwasher and garbage disposal. You will need to go to the website and fill out the information.
Thank you, friends, so much for watching this lesson with me today. My name's Kayla. I'm an American English teacher. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. I have tons of speaking lessons for you that you can use to get in your speaking practice. And you can also check out any of my videos that will teach you natural phrases so that you can speak like an American English speaker in your daily English conversations. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in the next lesson. Goodbye!